Well, the Free State is another province that's going to be rocked by a political shake-up. The ANC's Provincial Executive Committee has reportedly resolved to recall several officials, including the Premier Sisi Ntombela. She lost out in the race to become provincial chairperson to Mxolisi Dukwana last month. Let's talk about these developments with Dr. Sethulego Matebesi, who's with the University of the Free State. A very good evening to you, Prof. Grateful for your time. So, Sisi Ntombela, we're hearing, is on her way out. Was she a good leader for the Free State government?
Good afternoon, Tembekile, and good afternoon to your viewers. A very difficult question because one has to understand what do you mean by being a good leader. She was a premier, but for me, I strongly believe that she fulfilled a ceremonial task. But what you expect from somebody holding such a key position is also to go beyond. Where she comes up with strategic, innovative measures to try and advance the interest of the residents of this province. And I strongly believe that perhaps she was wanting, maybe because of the whole political setup of the province, or maybe that to do with any other factors which we don't know. I strongly believe that she just ticked the boxes in terms of doing what was expected of her to do, but not necessarily as a very charismatic leader who advanced the interest of the Free Staters.
Well, ANC leaders who win a presidential election or the provincial election, in this case with Sisi Ntombela, pretty much always know that their days are numbered, right? But when you look at Ntombela, did she perhaps miscalculate by running against Mxolisi Dukwana, who'd already managed to center himself or put himself strategically in such an important position where many people had expected that he would, quote-unquote, bring a new beginning of some sort for the Free State?
Well, what we should also understand is that there's always a lot of pressure on politicians. In as much as I have already predicted that there will be pressure on the leadership of Mxolisi Dukwana and the newly elected Free State Provincial Executive Committee to make wholesale changes, not today, not tomorrow, but already yesterday, because you have political vultures waiting to occupy positions, because now is the time. But I will not say she was perhaps very opportunistic, because this is a political game. I've often heard politicians say once the branches have decided, they will abide by what the branches want of them. And I surely believe that this is exactly what the current premier have done. But my prediction from the onset was that Mxolisi Dukwana is definitely going to take this one, but I did not even expect a clean sweep, or what I would call a whitewash, in terms of, gold balance, because I don't think anybody expected that some of the MEC members in this province will not make it to the current PEC. And I think that perhaps emboldened Mxolisi Dukwana came to make the changes that I about to make.
But the ANC also does take care of its own. We've seen some premiers move on to take up seats in parliament, chair a committee, or even become ministers in the long run. Do you see that in Ntombela's future, or is this the end?
No, it's definitely not the end of Mayor Sisi Ntombela. You should also understand she's been very active, key roles within the African National Congress Women's League. I strongly believe that they would want to keep that, and especially if they want to align with the narrative of renewal. You can't renew when you are suddenly isolating those who have competed against you. And it's the same. I mean, we a year or so away from a very important election for the African National Congress, and they would want to depend on cadres such as Sisi Ntombela. So I strongly believe that the African National Congress will take care of her in terms of perhaps offering her another position somewhere.
Professor Sethulego Matebesi with the University of the Free State, thank you for your time.